But my topic is why the church is a good conversation partner on AI. So I would like to say a few words about the ongoing discussion in Finland and how I see it and what we have done as a church, and also some theological perspectives. So let's go forward, and some words about me. So I'm working currently as a director of advocacy in the National Church Council of Finland, and the church is Evangelical Lutheran Church of Finland. And why AI? Because I've been now 3 years, not anymore, but 3 years chair of Church AI Working Group, where we have been talking a lot about how this all affects on us, and we have had many conversations with our partners too. And so my background, as you can see in the picture, maybe is in Paris. I've been in university too, and also some international work too. But let's go to the topic. Why? And I will answer immediately with some words. So why church is a good conversation partner on AI is because AI is not only a technical revolution. It is surely a technical thing, and it's affecting our digital world a lot. But it is also a very big transformation as we see it in rhythm, and the meaning, in truth, and human formation. And I will say some words later on about these. But shortly, to put it shortly, we are now talking about the transformation of culture and communities, and how we live in this world. Some things won't change, of course. Human will be human still, but something very big is happening in this world where all the crazy things are happening in other fields too. And the next slide, please. So why this belongs to the church? About the truth. So I can't, like I opened my social media or any social media platform, I can't trust the pictures or videos anymore. I don't know which one is real and which one is artificially made. So the truth is in transformation, and when people can use AI and make it to make many narratives, many stories that are made up, but so close to the reality that we cannot make the difference anymore. So the truth is in transformation. The attention. These systems are so good to persuade us, to negotiate with us, to make us talk with them, and to show that they like I would like to say that they understand us. That it is all these things are taking and grabbing our attention. This has happened before with the social media and all these algorithms, but now it's happening even in greater force, and it's everything can catches our attention. There will be a lot of this stuff. The dignity. Who owns my data? Who am I in this digital world? Who can make a real, very good model about me, how I behave, what I would like to talk, what I'm interested in. So where are my limits? Where's my dignity? And the community, when the AI comes in between us in the way that happens now in, for example, LinkedIn and other social medias, there are lots of posts that are made by AI. And so how all this affects on us and what happens in communities. And also the hope, we really need anchors in these times when the speed is so fast. We need something that roots us to the ground and gives us hope. And I think all these things are very much things that belongs to the church. Yeah, why I speak from Finland? Maybe our nation is not very big in terms of the population, 5.5 million people. But the church is maybe somehow more present in everyday life across the society, because in every village there's a church, and it's a cultural background we have to go over it in local level with municipalities, with schools, with families. And when the crisis happened, then the churches are the place where people gather and so on. So we have this tradition, even though, of course, secularization has been going on in Finland too, and all these things that may be very familiar to you in other European countries. But I think that all this cooperation and being present in everyday life gives us a kind of front row seat to see what happens. We are not a tech company, and we don't understand technology better than the others, and we are not very good at in using AI, for example. We are just learning it. But I guess when we look at the people's life, we can see what's going on, what's happening in their life. Next one, please. Yeah, many people say that AI systems are tools, and in one sense that's true. But on the other hand, these systems are changing our environment in the way that is really, really big. So it is. I would like to say that it's not just a tool set, but it's something that transforms the way we are living and transforms the jobs, the work, the media. Journalists are already using the AI. There are lots of loss in working places, layouts because of AI. That has already started. Students has had difficulties to get their first job because of the AI and so on. So it will affect, I guess, pretty much every field in our society somehow. And that's the reason why it makes sense to the church to be the place where we can talk about this phenomenon and being platform, because we see the consequences in young adults' life, in the life of those who doesn't have a job anymore and so on. And the next one. So I think, and I feel that there's a need for shared conversation in our society, and I'm eager to hear. I would like to hear how is it in your countries. How do you feel and see this? But I think there are no ongoing conversation that is holistic enough to deal with this phenomenon that transforms our lives and environment so much. So we can be the hosts. The next one, please. These pictures are from Heräys seminar or conference from this March. And these pictures are from the biggest science center in Finland, in the capital area. And this conference was organized by the parishes from capital area and from the other cities. And that was the second time we organized this happening. And I think there was kind of feeling that people wanted to be there, and we had many partners. The main partner was one of the biggest cities in Finland. We had many big tech companies as a partners. European Commission was our partner, and so on. So I think there was no problem that the church was the organizer in this case. So everyone we asked almost came to the place as a speaker if they had time. As you can see on the top left, there's a lady who you may recognize. She is Henna Virkkunen from European Commission, responsible for technology and security in European Union. And we were happy to host her there too. And I'm talking about this only because I think that this is the time where the church can act and be as like a platform for conversation, and it's very much needed. There are so many ethical things to talk about in these systems. There are so many cultural things. We were talking about how to make art and what artists think about the AI and use of it. We were talking about the education, the dialogue, communication, and everything. There were so many topics we were talking about. So I guess there was a need for this happening. And the next one, please. Here are some numbers from that, and I would like to show these to underline the need for conversation. So there's nothing we can compare, like if the churches organize happenings and gatherings or seminars. I've never seen the numbers like this, but this was something different, and I guess this is telling about our time and the need for the deeper understanding, not just about the technology and how it works, but what it does for us. So we get very good feedback, and the participation was very good. The house was full practically, and there was a lot of people in live stream, and the reach for the last year was great, and so on. And we have had also the digital platform for the conversation house space. So also there the engagement was good. So I think and I believe that this AI is already a public ethical and spiritual conversation. One more word is what I have been thinking about a lot and talk with many people is a rhythm. So our rhythm as a human being is slow. We need time to establish trust with each others. We need time to talk about. We need time to understand, to have our emotions with us. So everything what we do when we make meaning is slow. And compared to it, the AI production is very, very fast. It's something we haven't seen in human history. The trains were fast, the cars are fast, the planes are fast, but this is something that happens so quickly, and it establishes things, make things possible so fast that we don't understand it yet. So when we can have a movie or part of the movie in a second. We can have an ad in few seconds. We can have a book in minutes, and so on and so on. So what does that mean? And also, what does that mean for the institutions in society? They cannot react in at that speed is needed. Where at that speed the transformation is maybe happening right now. It's also this slow rhythm is a bottleneck for the development of AI because it's heavily regulated that we can reach it and we can transform our society to adjust. So it's not everything is happening more slower, I think, than many expect. But the technology is already here, and it will spread very, very fast. But what my main point in this slide is that when these rhythms drift apart, there will be a lot of confusion. We don't know yet what will happen, but when these rhythms are so different, the human rhythm and the AI rhythm, so something big is going to happen when these rhythms drift apart. That's what I'm sure about. In the next slide, please. And what happens when the rhythm breaks? There will be lots of speed in many things. You can do things. There already are companies, like one of my friends who has a new AI company where he has 6 employees all together, and they are like making things that needed hundreds of people before that. So, but what happens with that speed when we have no time to think about it? We have no time to feel it. We have no time to understand it. It just happens. And there will be outputs already, like students who are using AI, or in the working places, people who use AI and just get the output of it without really time to understand it. So what will that make to us, or to the working places, or to the communities? And already there is a lot of stimulation. I think some 60 or 70% of all the stuff that there is in the internet is made by AI now, and soon much more. And also this availability, when everything is possible all the time, in every second, but there is no wisdom, no time to think the inner or deeper meaning of everything. What will that make to us? Maybe you know this word acedia, or is it acedia? Maybe acedia. In the age of AI, it's a pretty old Christian word, maybe from year 300 or something, already arises over there. The demon of the midday, like people, those who separated themselves into the desert and were contemplating over there, called that. It's a feeling of where nothing means. There's no purpose, or it's just there's no meaning in the things. You have no aspiration. You don't want anything. It's a dangerous sphere to be in Christian tradition. But how about in age of AI? It's not only laziness, but what happens to our attention, to our patience, to our desire? Who is desiring if AI is making everything ready in seconds? Whatever I want to. If I want this kind of movie, I can order it. If I want this kind of a program or process or anything, maybe in the future, it will be ready soon. But what about that? What happens after that? Everything is ready too quickly. So there is no meaning in it. And we have no time for meaning. Yeah, something about the theology. We know in Christian tradition that there's not everything valuable can be sped up. So like wisdom, repentance, trust, vocation, reconciliation, or hope, they need time. And they have their own tempo, like it is said in there. And I think this is why rhythm matters spiritually also, as well as socially. It is very important that we have these different kind of rhythms in our tradition, in our life, in the life of the churches. And the next one. So one more case, the liturgy. I have been thinking about it as a counter rhythm, as a something that is happening, that is transforming us. That's not that we have to adjust in that rhythm, not other way around. And it is also a shared rhythm that we don't have to invent all the time. It's just around us and it's happening all the time. And it slows down things like perception, attention, and it creates a space for meaning. And in that sense, I believe that liturgy is very, very important rhythm. Maybe I can compare it to the rhythm of nature, that everything is happening in its own rhythm too. And it slows down us too. It roots us. And something similar is in liturgy. And this is only one example of all the treasures we have and why the churches are needed in these days. When we enter to the new time, we don't know and we don't see yet what will happen and what kind of it will be, but we have some ground beneath our feet, and these Christian treasures like liturgy is one of them. So maybe I would like to thank you for hearing my presentation, and now I'm very happy to talk with you about these things.